Hey Hebrew fans, this is Todd. So it's kind of funny is I've tried to start the last video a second ago and realized that I had it set on tall instead of wide. So I had to abandon it and relaunch a new one. So here we go. And let me go ahead and do a check on here, make sure everything is working okay. Let's see, where is my live chat? There it is. Hey Juan Solo. Oh, he has his copy of Evil-Lyn with him. Excellent. So I'll give some people time to start joining us. What's cool is right now at this moment, my other machine is decoding these videos right here. Now they're both the same video, but I had to get multiple copies to make sure that I had one good one that actually is going to work. And you can see this one's kind of yellowed out. This one's a little clear on the coloring. Then I'll have to take a photo with this, clean it up a little bit, and then use this for my thumbnail. So I'll have it available to members only first. So if your name pops up blue, then you'll be able to see it first, and then everybody else will get to see it either Thursday or Friday, just like last time. All right, let me do an audio check. To members only first. All right, it sounds good. So the first thing before we start painting her is let's see what she would look like in the movie. In the movie, Evil-Lyn, it would look like this. Oops. Very shiny, 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 shiny. Let me go and turn up my brightness. That's already all the way up. So you can see she was chromed out, both her top and her arm gauntlets and her little thing hanging in front. And you can see that here's a picture from the costume. Now, just the top of her boots had the chrome on it, but there was a lot of chrome going on. A lot of shiny silver. Shiny. So, that is our goal. Now, of course, if I got one of those, I think it's Moto, I don't know, pens, I can make it look better than what I'm going to do, but we're at least going to make it look more silvery with some gray. Oh, wow, look at that custom. That is an amazing custom. By Matthew Hackley. Matthew, if you're out there, excellent job on your custom, man. All right, let me go back to the comments. Let's see what we have here. Hey, Black Phoenix 77, thanks for joining us. My buddy Customs, thanks for being here. Hey, Happy New Year, Juan Soto. Gold. Wow. Okay, so first things first, let's take her head off. Take your head off, Evil-Lyn. Let's get her cape off so you don't cause any damage to that cool cape. And let's see what we got going on here. So we have this front piece here. Looks like it'd be pretty easy to paint. We have these gauntlets here, a little bit harder to paint, but not bad. And then we have this little plate here. And the tops of her boots are already shiny. Shiny. So that'll be okay. And then the hard part, all the little intricate parts on her head. So I want to take and find something to stick her head on that will hold it in place. Let's try this pencil. There we go. This pencil is going to work. So we'll use that to hold the head on there as we go to paint this. All right. So I have some silver paint here. And I have my different washes here we're going to use later on in order to bring out that silver a little bit. All right, so first I need a mixing cup. Hey, Mr. Feelings. Happy New Year to you, too. That outfit certainly was a choice. Yes. Yes, that is for sure. I'm going to move this cosmic key over here so I don't accidentally paint it. Let's get this silver open and see if I can keep it from getting all over the place. Brrr. All right. Let's go ahead and start with her brassiere and get that painted silver. And then we'll move on to the gauntlets, because this is the most fun part to paint. So let's go ahead and just get this out of the way. You know what? I need my painting glasses. I need something more closer so I can see better. Sorry, you guys, I should have grabbed my spectacles ahead of time. You guys can stare at her weird grayish shiny piece while I go get some better glasses. You have to grab my glasses. Okay. I also had to stop the video from encoding. It was all done. All right, now I got my better glasses. Now I can see. See, here's the difference. Here's my regular glasses, and here's my special. I put some red heat shrink tubing so I can identify which one's the higher magnification, so I don't mix them up. Oh yeah, much better. Now I can see what I'm doing. We'll just paint that silver. Oops, sorry, out of frame. Whoop. We'll just paint that silver right on there. Now it's kind of a shame because it's kind of a cool kind of plastic shiny look they have on there. It's just doesn't match the movie, unfortunately. Now I was going to buy a second one to do this, and I thought, you know what? I just want mine to be this way. I don't need a second one to be unaltered. Besides, it's kind of fun to have an unaltered one to show what you did, the difference between the original and the new painted one, but not that important to me. Now, I'm not going to sit and try to paint the chain. The chain looks like it's already been painted anyway with silver, so that might be okay. Nor am I going to take the time to paint all the little squiggles on her arm silver either. That'd be a real pain to do. Now it's probably going to take about 3 coats of paint to get this just the way I want it to look, I'm guessing. So we'll just keep going over it and over it until the silver starts to look more silvery. It's already starting to look a little better already. You know, in retrospect, I probably could have heated this up and pulled it off and painted it separately. You can see the little pinholes right there, but that's okay. We will just paint it where it sits. Paint it where it sits. Okay, in a minute we'll compare this to the other pieces that are not painted yet. All right, let's put our arm down so you guys can see the difference. Now, there's not a lot of difference yet. You can just see a little bit more shine off the silver part. Looks not quite as dull as this, but not a huge difference. So there is the first coat. And then we'll go ahead and do some more coats in a minute. Master Toy versus Toy Hunter, or Master versus Toy Hunter, thanks for joining us. You know, Juan Solo is probably a great way to do it. Since you're going to do the black matte, I would suggest what I didn't do is taking and heating this up and just taking a screwdriver and prying it off and painting it separately. If you were to use some spray paint, it'd probably go really good. You can get some really good spray paints as opposed to doing this. Being all these pieces would come off with some hot water and a little bit of effort. If I wasn't trying to do a quick live video, I probably would have spent the time to pull it all apart and do it right, but like I said, the movie characters are not that important to me. The movie for me was a huge disappointment. Huge disappointment. Yes. Let's bend her wrist down so I don't accidentally paint her hand. And again, it's going to take multiple coats to get this just right. Just right, sir. Also, too, I probably should have alcohol cleaned first and did a dry wipe and then put a clear coat on it so the paint would stick better. But I think this will work just fine. Good enough for country boys. You know, the gauntlet was actually easier to paint than her top was. Now, so you can see a difference. So here's the painted one, and here's the one that's not painted. Not a huge difference, but you can kind of see some of the brightness of the silver on there. By the time we add the second and third coats, it should be way more obvious. I don't know if you guys can see it on camera, but here it does look a lot better already. You know, I could just pull her hands off. Probably you guys are saying online, huh? Okay, her hand doesn't want to come off. I'll just bend her wrist. Now, if you do custom painting, if you do custom painting, do not put your parts in boiling water afterwards. If you have to reheat them to put them back together, you want to use a heat gun or a hair dryer instead of using the hot water. I've found sometimes using the hot water will ruin your awesome custom paint jobs. So try to avoid hot water after you have painted them by hand. Sometimes the clear coats will protect it, but it takes days for it to dry good enough for it to protect it. So if you plan on putting your figure back together quickly and you want to just quickly put it back together, not to worry about paint coming off, then don't use the hot water technique. Yep, definitely best to pull it apart and heat it up before you paint it. Yeah, it's kind of funny. I was sitting here and I'm like, okay, I'm trying to do a video a day, as you guys know. And I thought, what should I do today? And I'm looking around my room. It's like, should I do that custom Fisto yet? Nah, I'm not ready for that yet. I know, I'll paint Evil-Lyn. So I grabbed her out of the box, grab my paints and quickly set up a video. And here we are. Painting Evil-Lyn. All right, let's go ahead and start over for coat number 2. Back to the beginning. You can see a real difference between the first coat and second coat. It's starting to adhere pretty well now. I don't know if I'm going to do her little fanny piece or not, her fanny bag piece, which is in the front of her, or not. I may just leave that one the way it is. I was debating, but there's so much purple in it. Trying to get around all that purple without having to repaint it would be a pain. So I may just do her top and her arm gauntlets for now. I'll probably go back and do it some other day, but I don't think I'm going to really think about it before I do it. Looks almost like a Catra thing with the silver and purple. It's Catra. There we go. That spot was not one to take any paint. Excellent. It's funny, we were playing cards the other day, and I was partnering up with my friend's mom, and she's probably in her 70s or 80s, and I love this woman. She is amazingly awesome, and every time she'd make a move, I would score her move, how good it was. And she made some really good moves, and I was like, excellent, anything else? And she goes, I really like my cheering squad. It was kind of cool. I keep telling my friend that we need to trade moms. You can have my mom and I'll take yours. He's like, no way, sir. So it's kind of funny. It's kind of a joke we do. But every time I see her, she always gives me a big hug, and it's always really cool. All right. This is looking pretty good. It's kind of cool. My second oldest son just started painting too. He's now painting all his little figurines for a game he has. It's a game like Aliens. I forgot what it's called though, but and he's doing like ice-looking aliens and some other things too. And it's pretty cool to see him pick up the paintbrush and start doing some customizing of his own. Yeah, he's having his daughters do it too, my granddaughters, so it's fun. They're doing it as a family. Family affair of painting custom figures. All right, so that's not looking too shabby now. Looks way more silvery than that off-white shiny plastic was. Kind of a grayish. I haven't even added the wash yet, and it's looking pretty good. Granted, it's not chrome, but then again, of course, his is way shinier. Look at that. So yeah, this silver is not as shiny as this silver. Oop. Maybe I should have used my silver pen. I do have a silver pen that's much shinier. Yes, the game is called Nemesis. You are correct. Yeah, it's a lot of fun to play. Roll for sound. I had sound in the corridor by the comms room. No. Okay. Oh, yeah, you're right. It is part of it and it is painted. Yeah, I'll leave that alone then. All right, let's do the other gauntlet. The other gauntlet. Hey, my light's not working anymore. I gotta change lights. It's dying. And now I got 4 lights, so I can just change them. Just that easy. Look at that. I could charge them all when I'm done with my video instead of charging them in the middle. And my wife laughs at me for all my lighting stuff going on. Well, you know, it's important to have good lighting, not just in video shooting, but just when you're doing other stuff. So like I put lighting underneath all the cupboards over the holiday, and I put some in the cupboards so you open the door and all the glasses light up and all the plates light up now, and the medicine cabinet lights up, and where the pans are and the canned goods light up, and our little pantry lights up, and it's pretty cool. And I bought them all at the same time, so they all have the exact same pieces, so as things start to degrade, I can have lots and lots of spare parts. Hey Eric, Happy New Year, man. Happy New Year. All right, let's start at the beginning again. Let's put our third coat on. Coat number 3. How many coats does she need, man? Oh, it's cold outside. Baby, it's cold outside. So we're between the second and third coat, there's not a lot of changes. Where between the first and second, there was a lot of changes. You could really see the difference. The first coat, too, it was kind of disheartening doing the first coat because you see lots of spots not changing. But that second coat is the most beneficial. I want to do a third coat, make sure I got it all. You got to get it all, man. Yeah, it does look a whole lot better. I like it a lot better. Again, like I said, she looks more like a Catra than she does Evil-Lyn now with that silver and purple. But once you get her head back on, all right, time for this gauntlet. I have this gold paint, and it takes like 7 or 8 coats to get it to start to look golden. It's really annoying. I finally got rid of it. Well, I didn't get rid of it, but I stopped using it. Hunter Knight Customs uses this gold paint, and I just found out what he used and started using the same stuff because his looks really good. If you guys have not checked out Hunter Knight Customs stuff, check his customs out. They are amazing. As well as Master English. His stuff is great too. There's some really good customizers out there now. And when I first started doing this, there was some customizers that were pretty good. And I thought they were amazing. But looking back at their work in comparison to the stuff people do nowadays, their stuff was like mediocre. And I feel kind of bad even saying that because I remember saving their pictures on my computer saying, oh, look how cool this is. And now you look back at those and it's like, oh, I thought this was like the top. And compared to other artists now, well, more people are doing it, so it kind of raises the whole level of customizing. If you think about it, if you have only 100 people doing it, then the pool of people doing it's a lot smaller, so the level of perfection is a whole lot smaller. Unless you get lucky and get one guy that's like super good in that small little, oh, like Jason. Oh, this one guy, he was so good. When it came, 2000X came out, and he made his 2000X King Hiss. And Jason, I think it was J and S-U-N is how he spelled his name, the letter J. He made this 2000X King Grayskull, not King Grayskull, 2000X King Hiss, and it was just amazing. It should have been the way the toy should have been made originally. I remember seeing his cool snake form and everything else he made. It was just so cool. So if you guys know Jay-Sun, tell him that Hebro was talking about how awesome his 2000X King Hiss was. It's kind of weird. I lost contact with him. I'm sure he probably got out of He-Man. It's weird. People get in and out of it all the time. You'll see people that are just so into it. Well, yeah, you even look at He-Man.org. They are now closed. Closed for good. It's so weird, too, because like Val has stated he's not going to sell the website. I remember years ago, I had a website and I tried to sell it, and Google caught wind of it, and it went from the second place in Google search to so far out down the list you had to go through multiple pages to find it. It's like, really? Thanks, Google. Thank you, Google, for destroying my chances of selling my site. Anyway, I still have it. I still use it once in a while. All right, there we go. I think once this dries, that will be way better, except for that it still needs the black wash. But let's go ahead and work on her head. So you can see the difference. Look at the difference between these, and you can see the silver versus that kind of weird plastic. Now, this actually looks better in the camera than it does in person. So I'm not sure why it does that. Now it's going to be a little bit harder to paint. We shall see if I have the techniques down. Again, maybe it's painted already. Maybe it's not a separate piece. Now I have to be careful not to paint her hair underneath there. Just light, flat strokes. If I get too much paint in her hair, I can always go back and repaint it. She must work at a restaurant. She has that hairnet on. She works at the Krusty Krab. Sorry, I can't look at your guys' comments while I'm painting. Alright. Doot. Let's see if I can not accidentally paint her head. That would be good. All these little intricate spots. All right. Back to the broad brush. Oh, I got some paint in her hair. Yep, that was bound to happen. Oh. More paint in her hair. Yep, I should have pulled it apart. Oh, more paint in her hair. No. She's got silver highlights in her hair. Oh, I just painted her hair straight on that time. You know what? After you do the black wash, it may just cover up most of those spots anyway. I'm not going to do a ton of coats on her hair, on her crown thing. Just because by the time I did all the coats, there'd be no hair left that was not silver. All right. I think that's looking pretty good. Pretty good. Now, if you guys customize your Evil-Lyn, make sure you post pictures on the Lounge Grayskull so we can all check it out. If you have not joined Lounge Grayskull yet, there's a link in the description to join. It's on Facebook. If you're not on Facebook, a lot of people are afraid to share their personal information. Just make a fake He-Man account. Call yourself Duncan or Tila or something else, and just make an account to come on to Lounge Grayskull and hang out with us. The worst thing they're going to do is shut down your Facebook account saying you're not a real person. You just make another account and continue on. I know they ask people not to do that, but you know, a A lot of people don't want their personal information out there people can search, so I totally get that. That's why I left Facebook myself for that same reason. But I still run my page on Facebook, and that's it. Okay, that's all right. Perfect? No. Better? Yes. All right, let's go ahead and clean this off and get some black paint and fix some of those spots that I filled with silver. Where is my lids? Here they are. Nope. Oop, oop. Headless Evil-Lyn is taking people out left and right. Oh, I don't have black paint on me. I right back, grab my black paint. Never recovered. All right, I got some blacks here. Oh, I hit the microphone. Got some paint kits here. Oop. All right, let's take a look here. So, I have this black here. And what do I got in this one? Probably the same black. Yeah, it looks like it's the same. Oh, look at that. This is 72051. This is 72050. They're off by one number. I wonder what the difference is. Is one darker than the other? I know I used this one in the past. It's kind of grayish black. I'll try this new one. Let's try the new one and see how dark it is. Isn't the gray cap ink? No. The ink ones actually say ink on them. Interesting. Well, let's look at the packages. This is acrylic colors for figures. And this is just his model color set. Doesn't say acrylic on it, but interesting. All right, let's try the gray cap. That's cap, in case you guys didn't hear me right. Burp, burp, burp. You know, it also looks kind of grayish. It's like a slight blue. Of course, it might be the... Yeah, actually the old one's blacker. Okay. We'll go with the older one. Now I'm knocking into the camera left and right. Let me try to zoom this up a little bit so you guys can see what I'm doing without me knocking into the camera. Oh, this is not going as good as I wanted it to. It's my life story. Things that should be easy sometimes just aren't. Other times things go really easy that you don't expect them to. Looking at her hair though, it's not quite as jet black as I thought. I probably could have gone with the other one. Like I'm painting some kind of weird doorway or something. Note to self, if you paint a second one, be more careful not to get silver in your black squares. Oh, there we go. Ah, where's the undo button? Undo, undo. My paintbrush just hit those that smacked my camera. Okay. I think I got most of the errant areas. Question is, would Meg Foster be happy with what I'm doing? She's like, oh yeah, Hebrew, thanks for doing this for me. Fixing my figure. She's like, oh, why'd you ruin that awesome figure that Mattel made for me? I think it's so cool they got her to do a voice of Motherboard for the new series. What an awesome throwback. Keep smacking the camera with my paintbrush. All right. I think that is probably as good as I'm going to get it. Okay. Now I'll do some slight silver touch-up where I hit it with black. Back and forth. I went to hit it if I didn't have my camera in the way. Chink. All right. Let's see if I can do this without making too much of a mess. Not too shabby. Not too shabby. All right, we'll just let that dry. Yeah, that's looking pretty good. And now it is time for the wash of blackness. The black wash. So I have this bigger paintbrush here. I'm going to put these away so I don't accidentally mix them all up. There we go, all nice and neatly put away. And let's pull out my ink. Pull out the black. I used to be this commercial on TV when I was a kid. And I'd have this guy, he would string this instrument and it'd go twang. And he would say, the coffee is black. Then he'd hit it again, twang. And it would say, block is the coffee. And I'm like, I don't even know what the commercial was. I don't know what they were selling. Obviously, it's probably some kind of coffee or something. But I remember it was just kind of funny seeing the little commercial with the twang going on. All right, this is going to be a delicate situation here. Yeah, I'm going to need some more black. You know what? Black is really strong. All right, here we go. Oh yeah, that's looking mighty cool. Look at that. Look at that. Now it looks very chromy. Chromescent. Not exactly, but it does look a lot better. Now let's do the armband. And the other armband. Okay, check that out. That looks pretty good. Hey, the Sludge Master's in the house. Hey, man. Thanks for joining us. All right. This one's going to be a tricky one. Tricky, tricky. Just not quite enough. I hate to put too much on because too much is going to destroy this real quick. No. Oh, I got too much on my plate. There we go. That's what I'm looking for. That's what I'm looking for. Look at that. Bum, bum, bum. Way better. Now she looks like a fish better in the classics. Now I got some paintbrushes to clean. All right, you guys. Thanks for joining me. And I think that looks way better. Way more classicized looking. Which is what I was going for. Once it dries, I'll put her head back on. And I might post some pictures on Instagram. Now I kind of want to get another one now to compare the difference so I can show the difference before and after. See, I knew it. I knew I'd think that. I don't know. I think I'll put a black wash on this one too. I'm really debating. Oh well. It does look really good. Look at that. So much better. Hey, thanks, Unicron. Thanks, Gnomsky. Did you watch the Murmurs today on MeTV? No, I did not. Hey, GHS. Happy New Year to you, too. Wet on wet, says Knife Guy. Yes. I did that so it would blend in all the darker black spots to make it look a little better. Once I hit it with a clear, those black spots will just vanish and just go right into her hair. So, yep, wet on wet. You got it. Yep, doesn't look as cheap now. I know, it was kind of crazy the way it looked before. Good stream there, Todd, sir. Thank you so much. Yes, please. Yeah, please post it and post it on the lounge. That's where everyone posts their stuff. That's the best place to post it, and I'll see what you guys have. All right, thanks for joining me. Like, subscribe, share with your friends, and I will see you guys. Oh, did you get your 3D printer fixed? Yep, the printer's fixed. I still have to finish the model though for the floors, and I'm also working on something cool new that many of you have asked for, and hopefully I will be able to show that. The last thing I printed was this right here. Ooh, which you guys will see in the upcoming episode, the first webisode of Rio's story. So that will be cool. All right. Thanks for joining me. And until next time, good journey. Bye now.